A very good morning to all. So today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 8, and the name of the chapter is Indian Heritage and Culture. So in this class we are going to discuss about the different heritages of India. It can be in the form of architecture, literature, language, music, dance, monuments or any historical places. But before that, we should be familiar with few terms. Now let's see that term. First one is heritage. So what do you understand by this term heritage? Heritage means that we inherit from our ancestor or from our past. Now what do you mean by inherit? Inherit means that we get it by heredity. So it can be our culture, tradition, language, music, dance and so on. Now let's see the types of heritage. There are two types of heritage. The first one, material heritage, and the second is non-material heritage. Now what do you understand by non-material heritage? Non-material heritage are those heritage which are non-physical ideas like our rituals, festivals, games, music, dance and so on. Next one is material heritage. So what do you understand by this material heritage? Material heritage are those which are physically present like statues, sculptures, buildings, monuments, books, crafts, paintings and so on. So this was about the heritage and the types of heritage. Now India has got a very rich heritage and heritage is our resemblance. If heritage is not there, then we would also not exist. So we should learn more about our heritage and we should always respect it. Now the next term is civilization. So kids, what do you understand by this term civilization? It is defined as the level of development at which people live peacefully, happily together in a community. So it is the development of our society, of our community and our country. Now let's see an example. Nowadays our communication has become very easy with the use of mobile phones, telephones, computers, emails. So with the help of this we can communicate with each other. But can you think what people did 100 years ago? At that time there were no telephones, computers, emails and they used to write letters and send it through the post office. Now what about 1000 years ago? At that time there were no telephones, no mobile phones, no computers and no letter system. So their communication was restricted. So they used only talking, that is one person speaking to another. Now what about 1 lakh years ago? At that time there were no letters, no mobile phones, no computers and no speaking language. They used their body language, expressions and various signals to communicate with one another. So here you can see a progress in communication. Now this development is known as the civilization. Now kids, what did you understand by the term civilization? It is defined as the level of development at which people live peacefully, happily together in a community. We all know that India is our country and it has 28 states and 9 union territories. So different people lives in different state, they follow different religion, they wear different dress, they eat different food and they practice different religion. So there's lots of differences. Now the question is, why we are so different when we live in a same country and how it all started? So to study about this, we have divided the history in 3 periods. Now what do you understand by history? History means the study of our past And this history is divided into 3 periods. First one, ancient period. Second, medieval or middle period. And the third one is modern period. Now, this ancient period lies between 3600 BC to 500 AD. Now, what did you understand by this BC and AD? BC means before Christ. So, when we are saying 3600 BC, that means 3600 years before the birth of Christ. Now, next one is AD. AD came from Latin, that is Anno Domini, and it means in the year of Lord Jesus. But nowadays, we use common era. So, instead of BC, we say BCE, that is before common era, and for AD, we use common era, that is CE. So, history is divided into 3 periods, that is ancient period. It lies between 3600 BC to 500 AD. And then medieval period or the middle period. It lies between 500 AD to 1500 AD. Now, the last one is modern period. It lies between 1500 AD till now, the present year. So, this was about the history and its 3 periods. So, we learnt about heritage, civilization and the history. So, based on these 3 periods, we will be discussing the different heritages of India. Now, here the first heritage of India that we are going to discuss is architecture. Now, what do you understand by this word architecture? It is the art and science of designing structures and buildings. Now, thousands and thousands of years ago, people used to live in groups and they used to settle along the banks of long rivers. Now, one such settlement was along the banks of river Indus. That's why this period is also known as the Indus Valley Civilization, or we can also say Harappan and Mohenjo-daro civilization or the ancient period. So, at that time, there were 2 large cities, that is Mohenjo-daro and Harappan. That's why its name is Mohenjo-daro and Harappan civilization. Now, here in this map, you can see the river Indus and the 2 main cities, that is Mohenjo-daro and Harappan. Now, this is located in the present day Pakistan's Punjab and Sindh provinces. So, this was about the Indus Valley civilization. Now, here the people were very skilled farmers, builders and craftsmen. Now, kids, you can see here the town planning of Indus Valley civilization. You can see they used baked bricks to construct their houses. Now, these bricks were so strong that even the Britishers used them for constructing roads. These are few examples of their construction. This is Lothal and it is believed that it is 3700 years old, and this Lothal is located in Gulf of Camber, Gujarat. Next one is the Great Bait. Here you can see the Great Stupa. It is the Buddhist complex and it is located in Madhya Pradesh. The bodily remains of Lord Buddha is located here. Next one is the granary. This granary was used as a storehouse during the Indus Valley civilization. So, these were few examples of their construction. Now, here you can see this picture. Recently, scientists have proved that the Harappan people also produced dairy products like milk and curd. So, here you can see the bowls. The scientists believe that they boiled milk in these bowls and also served curds. So, this is a recent picture taken from the Indus Valley civilization. So, this was about the architecture heritage of India during ancient period. Now let's move to the medieval period. During this time, many rulers came from different places to invade and acquire land in our country. So along with them, they brought many new ideas. Now during this period, you can see here the dome or a semicircular roof over the building, and it became the trademark of the architecture. For example, this is Jama Masjid, and it is one of the largest mosques of India. You can see here a semicircle roof over the building. Next one is Humayun's tomb, and this is the tomb of Mughal Emperor Humayun, which is located in New Delhi. Here also you can see a semicircular structure over the building. So this is the example of architecture during the medieval period. Now next period is modern period. Now this period consists of different architectural style based on various technologies, and they used iron, steel, glass, concrete and many other products to construct the buildings. For example, you can see here Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, and it is located in Mumbai. It combines the old traditional architecture with British influence. Now the next example is India Gate, which is located in New Delhi, and the Victoria Memorial in Kolkata. So this was about the architecture heritage of India during ancient period, medieval period and the modern period. Now let's move to discuss about the next heritage, that is literature. Now what do you understand by this literature? It is defined as books and written works, especially which have some values or creativity. Now the Indian literature consists of two categories, that is religious books and non-religious books. Religious books contains all the books which tells us about our religion, and non-religion books consist of stories, poems and dramas. Now literature in India was written in different languages like Sanskrit, Dravidian, Prakrit, Persian, Arabic, Urdu, Hindi and so on. Now literacy knowledge was also passed from one generation to another through oral traditions like stories, folk tales, songs and so on. So in this class we learnt about the architecture heritage of India and literature heritage of India. So in the next class we will be discussing about the other heritages of India. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.